Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be making a video about the Scream 6 news that we have gotten like 2 days ago, but I never made a video about it because, I've been busy these past 2 days. These past few days, actually, I've just been busy, so I never got to make a video on the news or anything. But basically, we got the confirmation that Scream 6 will be set in New York. And when I heard the news, I was honestly like a mix of like excited, but also, I kind of expected it mainly just because it was something that was speculated for like months. And, since it was like confirmed that they were supposed to be filming in Montreal, Canada, a lot of us already assumed that they were going to have the Scream 6 setting be in New York. Well, but like actually filming in Canada though. But yeah, that's basically what happened though. It was confirmed the New York setting for Scream 6 will be there. Montreal, Canada, it does look like a New York setting. So, like I said, it makes sense that they would have their setting, just look like New York and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm honestly excited for the setting for Scream 6 because I feel like we finally get something new. We finally get something completely different for a Scream franchise. It's no longer going to be in Woodsboro. This picture right here is, the person who was the one that confirmed it. He was apparently Eric. Um, he had explained that he was on the set for Scream 6 for like a few hours until like they asked him to leave. But he said that it looked like they were filming a opening scene or something, like an attack, and that's why there was a bunch of police and ambulance and a bunch of news reporters. He also said that uh, it looked like a frat party in the description. That's what he explained. He said he saw Jenna Ortega. No, he said that Jenna Ortega was around 1:30 a.m. Melissa Barrera. He said that he got to see her. Um, so yeah, he basically explained that everything that he saw on the set when he was on the set of the filming until they asked him to leave. So yeah, basically this is all the pictures that was shown right here. It was the street. Looks like they were like trying to build something, do something here. Um, some more pictures here in the area. The police cars, New York Police Department. Yeah, basically all these pictures right here. All these pictures. These were the ones that were shown, and then this one's just a random picture of like Ghostface and like the picture of like Times Square because since it's gonna be set in New York. I've seen a lot of jokes already about like the Jason Takes Manhattan, which I was probably like one of the first people who made that joke because like as soon as I saw that it was confirmed um that it was gonna be in New York, I was like, I just made that joke immediately. I was like, oh, like instead of Jason Takes Manhattan, this would be Ghostface Takes Manhattan. I was like one of the first people who thought of that joke, and then it just started like spreading everywhere on the internet. But yeah, it was basically you know confirmed that they're gonna be in New York. And like I said, it's exciting for me because like we finally get to get something different. We finally get to get something new, something fresh for the franchise, something that we've never seen before. Because like I said, every time we get a Scream movie, it's always like in a you know a rural town area where there's like it's like closed a closed small town, and it's like you know that's basically what Woodsboro is. And although Ohio was they were Scream 2 was set in Ohio for the college setting in Windsor College. that, although I will say that was pretty like, more of a public, it felt like a more public, crowded area. It still felt like kind of like small though, because like mainly because the fact that the whole movie took place at college, it just felt like very like it felt very like cramped and like a small area, and the fact that they never like utilized like the college place, like they could, because I felt like they could have done more. Like they could have maybe shown a frat party being thrown, like in a place like maybe they could have shown a frat party being thrown like at the college place. Like someone hosts a frat party in their dorm or something. Like they could have done something like that. They could have, went to bars or, you know, like they could have done more stuff. I felt like in the other than just being in a college setting. But yeah, I mean, Scream 2 was a more public setting. Just felt a little bit more like cramped and closed with their area. Scream 3 was, it wasn't in Woodsboro either. They were in, Los Angeles, Hollywood. They were there. And, I thought that was cool, because, they're basically filming a Hollywood movie in a Hollywood movie. So it's like double meta right there, which is what Scream is always known for, just the meta. So yeah, I thought that was cool for Scream 3 that they that they did that, just a Hollywood set and everything. That was cool. But yeah, like they mainly filmed like most of the movie just in Los Angeles. Like they filmed it in LA in the Hollywood set. Like they did have a few sections where they weren't in that Hollywood area, but they didn't really. I feel like they could have shown more, like they could have done more. They could have explored more, you know. So yeah, I feel like overall I'm just excited to see like what they can do here because I want them to be in like um because what I want is like kind of just you know showing the city and just like the area of New York. I want them to explore more things. Like maybe they're not just in apartments. Maybe they're exploring the city. Maybe they go to a carnival. Maybe they go to a restaurant. Maybe like things like that. They can. I feel like they can very well utilize. Maybe they go to a bar, a frat party, something. Like they can do so many things for Scream 6, utilize their areas, their locations. I feel like they can very well do a lot of this stuff. And what's it called? Scream 6, it very well can, take a huge success with where they can go. And I've already seen a lot of like complaints from people, like just like not everyone is complaining, but like I've seen a few people saying stuff like because whenever it was announced on the internet that the movie setting was gonna be in New York, there was like someone who posted it on Twitter, and then the replies were just some of the replies there were just like they were saying stuff like, "Oh well, this movie's not gonna be in Woodsboro, so it's not. This movie's gonna this movie's gonna flop because now they're trying to do stuff that a Scream movie is not known for." And then, some people are like, "Oh, wow, it's not gonna be in Woodsboro. Well, this movie's gonna suck because that's what Scream is known for." Or, I saw people saying stuff like that, and it's just like, bro, how are you gonna complain? Because I low-key feel like these are the same people who are complaining about how Scream is always the same every movie. Scream is always, you know. this like the same stuff, the same formula, the same everything. But then these same people want to complain whenever they finally try to do something different. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, like well, now that they're trying to do different, I'm a complain about them doing different." Like that, it just doesn't make any sense. Like and that I feel like that stuff like that kind of proves that, you can't please everyone. And that doesn't just go for, movies and, like TV shows, like when it comes to like popular franchises, like it doesn't just value in those factors, but just in life in general, like you can't always make everyone happy. There's always gonna be people who are gonna complain, who are gonna try to, you know, just find something to be angry about. And it doesn't make any sense, like they're they're trying to do something different. They're not just trying to be in Woodsboro because they were already in Woodsboro for three movies already. In fact, they didn't even have to be in Woodsboro for the fifth movie, if we're being honest. Like they could have easily made that movie somewhere else, but they decided to bring it back to the original because basically Scream 4 and 5 were both supposed to be like soft reboots of the first. So, it kind of makes sense why they were in Woodsboro, but it's just like, you know, it makes sense why they did that for Scream 4 and 5. Scream 4 was a remake, Scream 5 was a requel, and, typically they kind of, mimic the originals or a little bit. They go back to the original, so it makes sense that they did that for Scream, you know, for Scream 4 and 5. But now that we're in Scream 6, we can't just have the same thing, bro. I'm glad that we're leaving Woodsboro because like it just doesn't it just doesn't like feel right that they keep doing the same thing every movie. Because imagine if they would have been in Woodsboro again. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have even been as excited compared to, getting the news that they're going to be in New York. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying something different. So trying something different will always make people excited. But of course, there's always those few people who are just going to complain and, find something to be angry about. They're going to complain and be like, oh, well, you know, this is not what Scream is. Scream is not known for being in big towns like this or doing, just different things like this. But like at the end of the day, at least they're trying something new, right? Like I feel like that's what some of these fans don't realize is that there's nothing wrong with trying something new. Even if it doesn't do as good, at least you tried. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just making another typical film and doing the typical things, trying something different will always be better than making the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's kind of where I stand when it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if they would have made Scream 6 be in Woodsboro, it would have just been boring. It would have like felt like they're just dragging it out at this point. And plus, Gail Weathers lives in New York. Um, who knows? Like Sam in Scream 5 was literally saying about. She was telling Tara that we should get the hell out of Woodsboro. So they were gonna leave Woodsboro. So you could only imagine that once all the shenanigans that happened in Woodsboro that they were dealing with after Scream 5, you would think that after all that they would probably be like, you know what, we should just leave Woodsboro and go somewhere else. And then where did they go? New York. Yeah, it only makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I'm not saying it makes sense for the place that they went, but I'm saying it makes sense that they would want to leave Woodsboro because it doesn't make sense that they would want to like be stay in Woodsboro after everything that's happened there. It just doesn't. So that's why, at the end of the day, I just feel like, the people who complain about them trying to do different, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all them, Like I saw a lot of people saying as well that they were like, oh well, if there's no Sydney, no Dewey, no Woodsboro, then what's the point of watching this movie? And it's just like at the end of the day, you can't really. It's like you can't really argue with these kind of people because like at the end of the day they're just too ingrained into their their own just kind of their own opinion. They're just too ingrained into it, and it's just like when you have those kind of negative uh negative just like opinions about a movie before it even comes out, and just like you just want to find something to complain about, it's like you are just you're not doing yourself any good by doing that. Because what if the movie is good, but all because you didn't want to give it a try and didn't want to watch it. Now you're just you wasted that opportunity. Like, it's just I feel like people just they really need to give, you know, they need to give this movie a chance. They need to give different things and franchises a chance because it's not it's not something, you know, that should be like, you know, like something that you should be against, trying something different. There's nothing wrong with doing different. So, like I'm overall just excited, like being in a big city for New York. I'm excited. I don't know what they're gonna do, so I just want to see where they go from here, what they're gonna do, because at the end of the day, I'm just overall, I'm just happy that we are getting, you know, more like positive news these past few days. Like we got, you know, the Scream 6, being set in New York. We got the pictures, you know, hopefully we get more casting news as well. The filming's going good. You know, everyone's being good. And the filming crew is all fine. They're just continuing with their movie. And I'm happy about that, because I don't I, whenever the whole Scream 6 news came out about Nev not wanting to be in Scream 6 and then all the negative feedback that came out of that, I was just like, are we ever gonna get over this? Like, is this ever gonna just fly by and just like, you know, be, just stop, you know, with all the negative feedback? Is this whole drama ever gonna stop? Because all that's been for like the past week since Nev confirmed that she's not gonna be in the film, all we've gotten is just a whole bunch of, you know, just negative news, negative, comments on Twitter and on social media, and it's just, it's been crazy. So, seeing that they're the filming crew at the end of the day, they're just moving on with their lives. They're, filming the movie, having fun. I feel like that's the right thing for them to do. That's a good thing for them to do, and just ignore all this negativity. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this has nothing to do with them. At the end of the day, So whatever happened with Nev and Paramount happened with them. It has nothing to do with the filming crew. So the filming crew shouldn't feel like they should have to feel like they can't make this movie just because of all this drama that's happened this past week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they're moving on and they're just continuing to make their film. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this news that they're gonna be in that Scream 6 will be set in New York. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for it? Are you not excited? Let me know what you guys want to see in the what other videos, ideas you want me to make about in the comments below. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.